Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm Neha Bhardwaj-Alter and this is Game On. It's Monday evening and we're here to take away some of your Monday blues. Let's begin with cricket and under pressure with questions over form and mounting retirement speculation. Skipper Rohit Sharma silenced all with a brilliant century, firing India to a 4-wicket series, clinching victory over England in the second ODI in Cuttack last evening. Responding to England's 304 in 49.5 overs, the 37-year-old Indian skipper made the chase a lopsided affair, returning to his best since the World Cup 2023 with an impeccable timing and effortless stroke play on the way to his 90-ball 119. His century came just in time with India's ICC Champions Trophy opener less than 2 weeks away. Rohit's 90-ball masterclass, studded with 7 sixes and 12 fours, set the tone as India cruised to the target in 44.3 overs to take an unbeatable 2-0 lead going into the final ODI in Ahmedabad on Wednesday. Shubman Gill also made a fluent 60 off 52 balls and built a solid opening partnership of 136 runs with Rohit, their sixth century-plus stand together. Rohit also had a fruitful 70-run stand with Shreyas Iyer, who scored 44. Rohit's knock also saw him becoming the 4th highest run getter for India in ODIs with 10,987 runs, surpassing Rahul Dravid, who retired with 10,889 runs in the ODIs. Rohit is now just 13 runs short of becoming the 10th batter to have 11,000 or more ODI runs. Only 9 batters in the history of ODI cricket have scored 11,000 or more runs. His pull shots had precision, his cuts carried flair, and there were no mishits. He even unleashed a cool reverse sweep of Rashid, pure dominance written in his innings. He signalled his intent early, charging down to Gus Atkinson for a 4 before flicking a 6 over mid-wicket with ease that had the Rohit-esque flair. A 35-minute floodlight failure when Rohit was on 29 could not disrupt his rhythm. Luck also played its part. On 36, he survived an LBW call against Wood on the umpire's call, with the ball clipping the top of leg stump. The very next delivery, he responded in style, launching an over-pitch delivery over mid-on for a 6 as he raced to a 30-ball 50. He brought up his 3 figures in 76 balls, spanking Rashid over long off, his first in 14 innings. This was also his second fastest 100. His fastest was a 63-ball 100 against Afghanistan in the 2023 World Cup. Now, Rohit had been under fire from all quarters for his lack of runs, and when he scored this 100, of course, with that, he silenced them all. This is what he said about his innings in the post-match presentation after collecting his Player of the Match award. He said, and I quote, "I really broke it down into pieces about how I wanted to bat. It is a 50-over format, a little longer than T20 format and a little shorter than Test cricket, obviously, a lot shorter than Test cricket, but obviously you still need to break it down and assess what you need to do at regular intervals, and that is what I kept doing. It was important for a batter who gets set, needs to bat as deep as possible, and that was my focus." Rohit's lack of runs in international cricket has been the most talked about topic these days. In the last 12 months, he averages 23.70 in Test cricket. On Sunday, though, he showed why he is a giant in the format. He said about his approach, looking at the pitch, when you play on black soil, the ball tends to skid on a bit. So it's important that you show the full face of the bat when you're batting initially. Once I got into my innings, I understood what they were trying to do. Bowling into our body and trying to not give any room, keeping it on the stumps. And that's where I prepared my plan as well. What I wanted to do with those kind of deliveries, trying to access the gaps which were there. It's about understanding what you want to do as a batter. And obviously, got very good support from Gill to start with, and then Shreyas Iyer as well. Okay, now let's talk about the Super Bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles obliterated the Kansas City Chiefs' bid to become the first NFL team to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls with a blowout 40-22 win in New Orleans yesterday. The Chiefs were playing in their 5th Super Bowl in 6 years, and much of the pre-game hype focused on a potential three-peat. But the Eagles utterly dominated in New Orleans, in particular their defense, which showed why they've been the NFL's best this season. The Eagles' defense was simply immense, smothering the Chiefs' creative maestro Patrick Mahomes. And on offense, their own quarterback Jalen Hurts, he led the way, throwing for 2 touchdowns and running for another as Philadelphia brutally avenged their 2023 loss to the Chiefs at Super Bowl 57. Eagles' dazzling running back, Saquon Barkley, he grabbed 31 first half rushing yards to break the all-time NFL record for most rushing yards in a regular season, plus playoffs to add icing to the Eagles' championship cake. Sunday's thumping victory delivered a second Super Bowl win for the Eagles franchise, whose other title victory was in 2018.
Still processing it, it's been a long journey. It's been a journey of ups and downs and highs and lows, and I've always stayed true to it in the end, and having this vision of just being the best that I can be, and that evolving over time into this desire and this flame inside to win. And you don't do great things without the guys around you.
Rapper Kendrick Lamar, he entertained a packed stadium crowd and audiences around the world watching the Super Bowl yesterday, teasing and then delivering his ubiquitous Grammy-winning diss track, Not Like Us. At the Superdome in New Orleans, Lamar was introduced by actor Samuel L. Jackson, dressed in a top hat as Uncle Sam. Dancers in all white, all red and all blue, they piled out of a Buick Grand National GNX, the car that inspired the name of Lamar's recent album, GNX. The 37-year-old then spun through Squabble Up, DNA and other hits before telling a group of dancers, in fact female dancers, that he wanted to perform for their song. And then a few beats of Not Like Us played, but Lamar then switched to a duet of Luther with R&B singer Za. Not Like Us is part of a long-standing feud between Lamar and Canadian musician Drake, and there had been speculation that Lamar might skip the song at the Super Bowl. Drake had filed a defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group UMG.AS, saying that song's false accusation that he is a pedophile has put him and his family in danger. But Lamar, he went for it. At one point, he omitted the word pedophiles, opting instead for a scream, but included a line about seeking a minor, in which the crowd sang along. Not Like Us has won 5 Grammy Awards a week ago, bringing Lamar's lifetime total of Grammy Awards to 22. Lamar's appearance on the biggest stage in music followed big names from Beyonce to Prince, Madonna, Lady Gaga and the Rolling Stones. The Super Bowl typically draws more than 100 million live US viewers, the largest TV audience of the year. So it was quite an evening for the United States of America. And greeted with a mix of cheers and boos, US President Donald Trump, he attended the Super Bowl yesterday, the first sitting president to do so in person despite a complicated relationship with the National Football League and a controversial history of mixing politics and sports. A video posted on the president's Instagram account, it showed Trump along with his daughter Ivanka applauding during the game between the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles from a box in the Superdome in New Orleans. First Lady Melania Trump, she did not attend. The president's visit some 3 weeks after he launched his second term at the White House with executive orders to crack down on immigration and end government diversity programs put the Republican at the scene of a classic American pastime that connects people of all political ideologies. Now, Trump was one of many celebrities at the game. Superstar singer Taylor Swift, who is dating Chiefs player Travis Kelce, she was also in the stadium. She endorsed Harris in the 2024 elections. So there is politics and sports everywhere, and Trump has made it so now in the US again. Argentine soccer star Lionel Messi, he arrived at the Superdome in New Orleans on Sunday, bringing along with him his family and longtime friends and teammates Luis Suarez, Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets. The group played together at FC Barcelona in La Liga in Spain, and now they all play at Inter Miami in the Major League Soccer in the United States. In fact, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, he had acknowledged Messi's eventual appearance ahead of the game, calling him the greatest of all time in his profession, adding even more fuel to the Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo debate. Though, in the eyes of many, that ended after the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Inter Miami, they play a final preseason game against Orlando City SC in a Florida Derby before kicking off their CONCACAF Champions Cup run against Sporting Kansas City. The Herons then, they opened their defense of the Supporters' Shield against New York City FC. And in fact, Lionel Messi starred in a post-Super Bowl commercial for Apple TV. That was released on Sunday evening, promoting the start of the new Major League Soccer season. The commercial shows Messi doing some keepy-uppies with an American football before kicking it through goalposts, and a message: when football ends, football begins, playing out to end the advert.
Você quer funky, 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 funky valentão.
And Philadelphia Eagles fans, they took to the streets in large numbers on Sunday after the city's pro football team claimed that victory over Kansas City Chiefs. There was a sea of green in Center City following the victory, along with cheers of "Go Birds" and those fireworks. Some could be seen climbing on poles. There you can see banners of the team. There were trash trucks and bus stops where you could see fans climbing onto whatever they can get their hands on. You can also see some of them setting fire in the middle of the square. Fans cheered from windows and bars. They celebrated with the police and the fire department personnel sporting Eagles gear. But along with the fun, there was an increased police presence. Cooper DeJean, Josh Sweat, and Eagles' ferocious defense denied Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Kansas City Chiefs a Super Bowl three-peat. The win ended a 7-year Philadelphia sports championship drought, a streak multiple teams came close to ending.
Oh, whoa! We are so excited.
The whole city, such a vibe, diversity, full of vibes. Everyone's welcome. Join the bandwagon. We've been here all year. Come on through. We'll accept you. Come on. Go Birds!
Go Birds! And go Birds! Eagles chant. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Super Bowl champs!
I'm excited, bro. Jalen Hurts got his ring, baby. Y'all can't talk that stuff now, baby.
I thought it was going to be much closer, and I lost a few bets because, you know, the Chiefs did not perform at all.
I'm really a Raider fan, so I just came to wear green for the fun of it. But yeah.
I thought it was at least going to be a shootout all the way to the end, for sure. No question.
Good result for you?
I mean, I wanted the Chiefs to get embarrassed, but now that I've seen it, I feel a little bad for them now. So I don't know. Next year, hopefully they do a little better.
They played better, right? And so we'll get them back in 2 years when they can get back. And we can be there every year. They'll come back in 2 years. So that's where they've been, right?
Oh, the Eagles were great. They were great. I mean, when you can rush with just 4 guys against us and hold us down, hey, you're good. you're good. That's all I can tell you. You're good.
Awesome game. Love it.
Predict that score?
No. But we had a lot of fun fans around us. A lot of locals meeting locals.
Horrible today, and they lost the game. Andy Reid is totally responsible for this loss.
Of course I expected that, but that's Philly. That's how we do it, yeah.
All right, from American football to football, a much-changed Liverpool were dumped out of the FA Cup by struggling second-tier side Plymouth Argyle, who pulled off a stunning 1-0 fourth-round win at home park on Sunday that put an end to the visitors' hopes of a quadruple. The hosts took the lead in the 53rd minute after they were awarded a penalty for a handball by midfielder Harvey Elliott and Ryan Hardy. He stepped up to send Liverpool goalkeeper Quivin Keller the wrong way. Premier League leaders Liverpool were bereft of ideas and had just one shot on target in the opening half, with Plymouth keeper Connor Hazard making a diving save in the 36th minute to keep out James McConnell's long-range shot. Ahead of the Merseyside Derby against Everton on Wednesday, Liverpool made wholesale changes with Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, Alisson Becker and Alexis McAllister, all among big names, rested and left at home. Liverpool, who were also forced into an early change when defender Joe Gomez went down injured, failed to create any chances in a scrappy encounter as Plymouth, who sit bottom of the second-tier championship, gradually grew in confidence. Arne Slot's side switched gears after going down, but Hazard proved to be the hero for Plymouth as the Northern Irishman brilliantly kept out Diogo Jota's volley in added time, as well as a header from Darwin Núñez. With Liverpool, top of the Premier League, having strolled into the Champions League's last 16 and reached the League Cup final, some fans and pundits had begun to speculate about a potential quadruple. Plymouth's remarkable victory, however, brought a shuddering halt to talk of a clean sweep of silverware for Slot's side, who had only lost 3 games all season prior to Sunday. And in La Liga, 10-man Barcelona, they earned a hard-fought 4-1 win over Sevilla with goals from Robert Lewandowski, Fermin Lopez, Rafinha and Eric Garcia on Sunday to edge closer to the top of La Liga. The win lifted third-place Barca to 48 points, one behind Atletico Madrid in second and 2 off leaders Real Madrid after the capital rivals drew 1-1 on Saturday. Lewandowski, he gave Barcelona the lead from close range in the 7th minute, but Ruben Vargas, he hit straight back to equalize for the home side from a quick counter a minute later. Lopez came off the bench and he put Barca in front again 2 minutes after the break, and Rafinha then extended the lead in the 55th minute with a brilliant strike from outside the box. 5 minutes later, the visitors were reduced to 10 men when Lopez was shown a straight red card for a studs-up challenge on Debril Sau. But they held off Sevilla and managed to score their 4th through Eric Garcia's header in the 89th minute. Barcelona manager Hansi Flick, he was a happy soul. He said he was proud of his players' effort in Sunday's 4-1 victory at Sevilla, praising their maturity in controlling the match and scoring a late goal despite playing over 30 minutes with 10 men. And Real Madrid, they salvaged a 1-1 draw against Atletico Madrid. With Kylian Mbappe, he scored a second half goal to cancel out Julian Alvarez's first half opener for the visiting side. That kept Real top of La Liga on 50 points ahead of Atletico in second, who missed a chance to leapfrog them. Barcelona were third on 45 points, and of course that visit against Sevilla, that was a chance to close the gap in the title race, and that's exactly what Barcelona have done in the way they've played with 10 men and won against Sevilla. In a tale of 2 halves at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium, Atletico dominated the first 45 minutes and they took the lead when Alvarez struck a 35th minute penalty after Aurelien Tchouameni, he had fouled Samuel Lino inside the box. Real rolled back after the break with Mbappe striking a rebound in the 50th minute to level the game. In the 25th minute, then Atletico's players complained forcefully to a referee over a studs-up challenge on Pablo Barrios by Dani Ceballos, asking for a straight red, but Cesar Sotogrado, he gave only a yellow. 5 minutes later, Atletico had their complaints heard when Tchouameni left a foot in on Lino as the ball came into the box in a quick counter-attack. At first, the referee did not spot the foul, but after he was called to review the play in the VAR booth, he pointed to the penalty spot. Cold-blooded Alvarez, then he held his nerve under deafening booing from the sold-out Santiago Bernabeu crowd to brazenly chip his penalty down the middle as Thibaut Courtois dived low. It took them 5 minutes to find the equalizer when Rodrigo ran past two opponents on the right wing and crossed to Jude Bellingham, who sliced his first touch strike from close range. Jimenez he managed to block the rebound, which fell to Mbappe, who fired home the loose ball, and it ended in a 1-all draw. Now, this is an absolutely brilliant story for all the women out there. Spanish runner and a mother of 8, Estefania Unzu Ripoll. She was crowned the overall winner of the 2025 World Marathon Challenge, in which participants, they run 7 marathons across 7 continents in 7 days. Imagine that. The marathon was split into 7 legs, starting in Ultima Base, Antarctica, and then moving through Cape Town, Africa, Perth in Australia, Dubai in UAE, Madrid, Spain, and then Fortaleza, Brazil. And it ended in Miami, Florida, USA. From the outset, Ripoll is known as Estefi to her friends, took control, proving her dominance by leading the women's races in all but the last leg of the competition. There you can see her, absolutely thrilled after having won the race. With an impressive average of 3.18.30 across all 7 marathons, Estefania then put up a strong performance from start to finish and became the overall champion of the competition. In the men's race, American runner Alan Nowos and former British boxer Paul Holborn, they challenged each other across several marathons, but Holborn was ultimately crowned the men's winner. But what an absolutely brilliant story to end this edition of Game On. So if you decide you want to do something, that's the kind of stories one needs to see to get inspired by. With that, we've come to the end of this edition of Game On. Like I said, hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully, we were helpful in easing out some of your Monday blues. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.